of staff trying to save someone, the alarms, the code blues, and that he believed he was helping to put certain patients out of suffering. He described his actions as a kind of mercy. To prosecution and to grieving relatives, it looked like a grotesque inversion of the nurse's duty. The psychological contradiction, caregiver turned killer, would become central to the public and professional horror about the case. For the families who lost loved ones, years of grief mixed with a growing bitter suspicion that something about their hospital's deaths had been overlooked. In many cases, small anomalies in the medical records, gaps in documentation, cancelled drug orders, unexplained switches in residence, served as the quiet beginning of a larger inquiry. Coroners in certain cases noted unusual toxicology findings. Nurses who stayed late would talk in whispers about that night and the way he did it. But guilt and grief do not by themselves create criminal investigations. It took a convergence of luck, persistence, and a nurse who would blow the whistle. In the early 2000s, a colleague at Somerset Medical Center became central to the effort to stop Cullen. Amy Luffren, a nurse, grew suspicious over time. She had worked with Cullen, and unlike many who dismissed oddities as stress or coincidence, Luffren began to see pattern. Reports and later accounts suggest she noticed Cullen's unusual off-hours requests, his odd reactions, and moments when he seemed to be sharing details of events with an inappropriate calm. More than that, she saw him alive when he was supposed to be on a different floor, and she remembered conversations that later fit into a larger picture. Luffren did something both brave and dangerous. She agreed to help detectives. Over time, she cooperated with investigators, wore a wire in conversations with Cullen, and provided crucial information about his demeanor, comments, and confession. Her quiet courage would later be dramatized on screen, and in real life it became the hinge on which a long, painful case turned. Investigators Tim Braun and Dan Baldwin built a plan, and in December 2003 they moved to arrest Cullen after mounting evidence and the cooperation of colleagues. On December 12, 2003, police took Charles Cullen into custody. Under questioning, he admitted to the killings of specific patients and to other attempts that had not succeeded. He told detectives he had killed as many as 40 patients, a number that shocked investigators but which, even so, seemed a conservative estimate to some researchers and journalists who had studied his work. Over the following months, Cullen pleaded guilty to multiple murder counts in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. His plea agreements avoided the death penalty and, in exchange, he cooperated with authorities to help identify victims. The confessions that followed were chilling in their matter-of-fact tone.